You in the courtroom is this. Not every single one of you has to give your DNA or fingerprints. If you do have to give that information, those orders are going to be on your paperwork. My name is Commissioner Beck. I'm here to do a few things for you today. Number one, I'm here to let you know why you're here. Number two, if you might be released. Number three, if you're going to be signed an attorney. The vast majority of you are going to be signed an attorney, which leads to my number one rule. Please don't talk about the facts of your case. Everything you say or do can be used against you. Everything in this courtroom is video recorded, so please don't talk about the facts of your case unless it's with your counsel. Second thing, I'm sure you're going to have a lot of questions. Unfortunately, I can't answer legal questions for you. I'm not your attorney, so please save your legal questions for your counsel as well. Finally, you're going to be hearing lots of different dates. Some of you are going to be hearing about different types of release conditions. You don't have to memorize all that stuff. All that information is going to be on your paperwork. That's why it's important to keep and save your paperwork and not lose it. If you end up missing a court date or if you don't follow a court order, you could end up back here. Here's how the morning is going to work. I'm going to call two names. First name I'm going to call is going to come into the courtroom, stand at the podium in front of me. Second name I call is going to sit on that chair next to the door. Then we're going to keep on cycling through until the calendar is finished. Okay, please get James Maynor to the podium. Kay Blake to the chair, please.
Good morning, y'all.
Morning. Could I please have your name and date of birth?
James Maynard, 2/14/96.
Counsel for the state, could you please announce? Is Ashley on the line? Is Ashley on the line? Okay, she's supposed to show up. Okay. Thank you. Counsel for the state, are you on the line now?
Yes, Your Honor, state is here.
Hi, could you please announce?
Yes, good morning, Ashley Stetson on behalf of the state.
Thank you. Ms. Stetson, it's my understanding that the victim was going to make a personal statement, but she's now chosen to fax in a statement instead. Would you still like to remain on the line to speak to release conditions?
No, Your Honor, the state already submitted a written recommendation. The state believes that that recommendation is appropriate.
Okay, so at this point, would you like to be excused?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for appearing, and you're excused at this time.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Maynard, we are waiting on a faxed statement from the victim, so I apologize. Would you please wait on the chair next to the door again? I'm going to recall your matter.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Kay Blake to the podium. Kawan Cornish to the chair, please. Could I please have your name and date of birth?
Caitlin Blake, 10/10/1972.
Thank you. You're here today on two separate matters, a probation violation warrant and a justice court warrant. Let me talk to you about your probation violation warrant. I'm assigning you counsel. Your next court date is going to be March 26th in the Downtown Superior Court. Upon the request of your probation violation judge, you're going to be held non-bondable at this time for violations of your probation. You also have a justice court warrant. I'm assigning you counsel. Your next court date is March 24th. That's at the Arrowhead Justice Court. I am affirming the bond set by the judge out there. It's a $100 secured appearance bond. Ma'am, please don't try to pay that bond because you're being held non-bondable on your probation violation matter. You won't get credit for time served if you try to pay that bond.
All right.
Thank you. Would you please step to your left for your paperwork? Can I please get Mr. Maynard back to the podium? Thank you, sir. You are here on a recalling number 2, Mr. Maynor, who has already announced and given his date of birth. Sir, you are here on a Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for 1 count of aggravated assault, a Class 4 felony, 1 count of possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, 1 count of simple assault, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are March 25th and March 27th in the downtown Superior Court. This time I'm setting a secured appearance bond of $40,000. Sir, if you're able to bond out, you're going to be placed on pretrial services release. You're going to be drug tested and monitored, and you're going to be fitted with an electronic ankle monitor. Furthermore, if you're able to bond out, you're not to return to the scene of the crime, no contact with the victim, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and if there's any orders of protection that are put out against you, you have to follow those orders. Furthermore, if you're able to bond out, you're not, at least until another judge tells you it's okay, you may not reside with the alleged victim, even if you're the owner or renter of the property. You're allowed 1 civil standby with local law enforcement to return to the residence to collect any essential belongings, and you're cautioned that a violation of a no victim contact order can lead to a Class 6 felony. If you want to please step to your left for your paperwork, sir. Kawan Cornish to the podium. Could I please get both Daniel Gallegos and Crystal Gallegos to the chair, please? Name and date of birth, please.
Juan Cornish, 3788.
Thank you. You're here today on 2 separate matters, a municipal court warrant and an out-of-county warrant. Let me tell you about your out-of-county warrant first. I am assigning you an attorney. Your next court date is going to be March 24th. That's at the Yavapai County Superior Court. I'm affirming the bond set by the judge out there. It's a $25,000 secured appearance bond. Sir, if you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. You also have a city court warrant. I'm assigning counsel. Your next court date is going to be March 25th. That's at the Peoria City Court. I'm affirming the bond set by that judge. It's a $250 cash bond. Same conditions of release. But sir, please don't try to pay that small bond just because, unless you can pay that big bond out of Yavapai County. Otherwise, you won't get credit for time served. Yes,
this matter was heard back in January. I spent 4 days in jail. I was released. I went to court. They told me the matter wasn't being pressed forward. They sent me home. Now, I don't know where this came from again, because these are the same charges that I was told were not filed.
Yeah, I have no idea, sir.
So when were these charges filed? When was this court date missed?
It's not a missed court date. It's a probation violation.
I'm sorry. Probation violation didn't come until the Peoria police said that I missed the court date.
No, I'm sorry. This is out of Yavapai. Which one are you talking about, Yavapai or Peoria?
I'm talking about Peoria, because Yavapai only gave me a violation because Peoria said that I had charges. Those charges I didn't have because I went to court.
1 second, sir. Sir, it's not for missed court date. Let me see. Pre-adjudication, so for Peoria. Sir, there's no other detail on the warrant except to say that it's a $250 cash bond. But I'll be honest with you, your bigger issue is the $25,000 cash bond out of Yavapai.
That only came because of the failure to appear for these charges in Peoria.
It doesn't say failure to appear on Peoria, so I have no idea what the Peoria judge wants out of you. All I know is I have a warrant out of both places, including Peoria. So at this time, I'm going to be affirming both. You'll see the judge again. I don't know what he's going to do. And then you'll see the judge up in Yavapai. You can explain the situation to him too.
Nobody's able to answer my question of when was this court date missed? What was the failure?
Sir, it's not a missed court date. It doesn't say failure to appear. It's a simple warrant from the judge. The judge can issue a warrant for whatever he wants.
Yeah, they've been telling me failure to appear since I've been here.
Sir?
I've been told failure to appear. That's what the warrant was for.
That's not what I see in my
warrant.
warrant.
So what do I have 2 warrants for?
Sir, it's a probation violation out of Yavapai and an arrest warrant out of Peoria. That's all I see. And all I have is the paperwork. All right, sir. So if you want to please step to your left for your paperwork.
When was this arrest warrant issued from Peoria?
Sir, that information, It'll be on your paperwork. You'll have an opportunity to see the judge. I have to see these other individuals that are behind you. So if you want
Nobody's
to
giving me any information.
Sir, you've been assigned, sir, Deal, 1 second, please. You've been assigned counsel. These are good questions to ask your counsel. He can answer all your questions, okay?
Yes.
All right, thank you, sir. Okay, please get both Daniel Gallegos and Crystal Gallegos out to the podium. Dallas Hughes to the chair, please. Okay, I'm going to ask for your name and date of birth, starting with Mr. Gallegos.
3/28/1990.
Name, please.
Daniel Gallegos Jr.
Okay, and ma'am?
Crystal Gallegos, 2186.
Thank you. Both of you here are on out-of-county warrants. They are both out of the Yavapai County Superior Court. I'm assigning both of you counsel. Your next court date for both of you is going to be March 24th. Again, that's at the Yavapai County Superior Court. I'm affirming the bond set by the judge out there for each of you. It's a $25,000 secured appearance bond. For both of you, if you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. If you want, please step to your left for your paperwork. Thank you. Dallas Hughes to the podium. Elijah Harden to the chair, please. Hi, name and date of birth, please.
Dallas Ray Hughes, 3/25/98.
Thank you. You're here today on 4 separate matters, a Superior Court new case and 3 probation violation warrants. Let me talk to you about your new case. You've been arrested for possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, aggravated assault, a Class 5 felony, resisting arrest, a Class 6 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony, criminal trespass, a Class 3 misdemeanor. I found probable cause as to all charges except for the possession of dangerous drugs. I'm not finding probable cause on that, but it doesn't mean that new charges are going to come for the substances that were found in your possession. I'm just, at this time, I'm not going to consider it because I'm not finding probable cause for that. Do you understand? But sorry, I need to hear a yes or a no.
Yes.
Okay, but I am finding probable cause on your other charges. I'm assigning you counsel. Your next court dates are March 25th and March 27th in the Downtown Superior Court, setting a secured appearance bond of $5,000. Sir, if you're able to bond out, you're not to return to the scene of the crime, no contact with any victim or witness, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Most importantly, if you bond out, you have to contact your PO within 3 days. Then you have 3 probation violation warrants where I'm assigning you counsel as well. Your next court date is March 26th for all 3 of those. I'm affirming the bonds set by your probation violation judge. On the first one, it's $500. The second one's $1,000. And third one's $250. So that's an extra $1,750 just for your probation violations. Same conditions of release. You've got to contact your PO within 3 days if you're able to bond out. Thank you. Please step to your left for your paperwork. Elijah Harden to the podium. Marcellus Robinson to the chair, please.
Morning, Your Honor.
Morning. Name and date of birth, please.
11/25/2000.
Name, please.
Elijah Harden.
Thank you. You are here today on 2 bond surrenders and 1 Superior Court arrest warrant. Let me talk to you about your arrest warrant. Probable cause is previously found for 1 count of aggravated taking ID, a Class 3 felony. This was alleged to have occurred back in July of 2024. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are March 25th and March 27th in the Downtown Superior Court, setting a secured appearance bond of $1,000. Sir, if you're able to bond out, no contact with the victim, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must obey any terms of orders of protection that are currently out against you.
Oh, okay. I just have
one second.
Sorry.
All right. You also have 2 bond surrenders. So your bond company does not want to work with you currently. And so I'm going to be reinstating the release conditions that you had previously for both of your cases. So for both of your cases, for your bond surrender, I'm not assigning new counsel. You're going to keep your current counsel that you have. Your next court date is going to be March 25th for both of those bond surrender cases. I'm reinstating the original bond, $2,500 for each one. So for all 3 cases, you have a grand total of $6,000 secured appearance bond. Sir, if you're able to bond out on the 2 bond surrender cases, it's the same conditions of release as before. You're not to possess any weapons, drugs, and you have to drive, and you cannot drive without a valid driver's license. Did you have a question for me? And just to remember not to talk about the facts of your case or what brought you here.
No, yes. With the bondsman, you're basically saying that they're not helping me?
Yeah, they don't want you anymore. And so the situation now for your bond surrender is that doesn't mean you can't get another one, you just have to use a different company.
No, okay, so that's where I'm like kind of confused because they're the ones who brought me here.
Right.
So that's why I'm like...
They brought you here because they don't want to work with you anymore.
No. Oh, okay. Can I just explain? So when I had found out, I had contacted them about the warrant because I wasn't aware because it was something with the public defender that had happened. I'm not going to really get too deep into that. So I wasn't aware. So once I found out, I called them and we made an arrangement to do everything. They told me to just pay the $500 and that, you know what I'm saying, that just you're going to turn yourself in, you're going to pay the $500 and then... So
I'll stop you right there. What, I don't know what 500.
No, like it's so 500 was towards the bond stuff that you were saying, like it's like 2,500 or something like that.
Right, for your original bond, right?
Right.
For your misconduct involving weapons cases, you got 2 of them.
I see, like this is where I was so confused. Like this is why I was asking them questions before I had came, because when I told them, like when I see the judge, I don't want to be confused. So like now it's like I'm kind of slight confused, and like you're kind of confused too because I'm going based off what they told me. So when I turned myself in, they were like,
okay.
Oh, sorry.
All right. So let me explain to you what's going on. You have 2 misconduct involving weapon cases.
No, I know.
You had $2,500 bonds on each of those. You bonded out. That bond company, because you picked up this new $1,000 bond, they don't want to work with you anymore. And so that's why they brought you back. So you're going to get your money back, but this company doesn't want to work with you anymore. You got to find a different company to work with. It doesn't mean you can't bond out again. You just got to find a different company. Okay? And then when it comes to this new case, this aggravated taking ID of another.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Yeah, that's a brand new case.
Yeah, this is some new stuff that I really just found out today before I came.
And that's probably why your bond company doesn't want to work with you anymore, because you picked up a new case. That might be it. So, sir?
No, go ahead. No,
And so that's the thing. Bond company they can not want to work with you for any number of reasons. Right now, I'm just guessing. I don't know what else they might have told you. So at this point, sir, I'm going to be firming the bonds that you had set before on your 2 misconduct involving weapons. I'm setting a new bond, or I'm affirming the bond in your brand new case. And so at this point, your next step, if you want to, is to use the phone back in the facility to find a new bond company to work with.
Okay. All right, yeah, because I'm just like a little confused because like it was the 2 guys who brought me and they're telling me, and I was even talking to the owner Joe from my thing, and they were telling me something way completely different than what you just explained to me. So like, yeah, I need to use the phone because now I'm just confused because it's like you guys just told us to pay this and even with the new warrant, they told me that they were gonna put all of that all together and then to pay that. So then by the time I got out, I could figure all that out because I have a upcoming court date on the 1st. So that's when we were going to figure all of that out. So that's why I'm so confused now.
So that court dates are all changed. So your next court date is going to be on everything.
The 27th.
Is March 25th is your next court date, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you, sir. If you want to step to your left for your paperwork. Marcellus Robinson to the podium. Josiah Long to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Marcellus Robinson, November 20th, 1984.
Thank you. You're here today on 5 separate probation violation warrants. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date is going to be March 26th in the Downtown Superior Court. I'm affirming the bond set by a probation violation judge. First one is $250. Second one's $750. Third one's $250. Fourth one's $500. Last one's $250, $1,000. I think that's a grand total of $2,000 secured appearance. Sir, if you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Most important thing, if you bond out, you have to contact your PO within 3 days. One, please step to your left for your paperwork, sir.
How long am I going to be in jail?
Your next court date is March 26th. That's the next time you're going to see the judge. Today Today's the 19th. Josiah Long to the podium. Jay Salgado to the chair, please. Hi, name and date of birth, please.
Josiah Long, April 6, 92.
Thank you. You're here today on 2 probation violation warrants. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date's going to be March 26th in the downtown Superior Court. I'm affirming the bond set by your probation violation judge. Between the 2 cases, a grand total of $1,250 secured. If you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, not to return to the scene of the crime, no contact with any victim or witness. Most importantly, if you bond out, you have to contact your PO within 3 days. Why don't you please step to your left for your paperwork, sir. Jay Salgado to the podium. Mark Perez to the chair, please. Hi, name and date of birth, please.
Name's Daniel Salgado, May 1st, 2000.
Thank you. You're here today in 2 separate matters, a municipal court warrant and a municipal court new case. Let me talk to you about your new case first. You've been arrested for disobeying an order of the court, class 1 misdemeanor, which occurred, I am assigning you attorney. Your next court date is going to be March 25th. That's at the Surprise City Court. Setting a secured appearance bond of $750. Sir, if you're able to bond out, you're not to return to the scene of the crime. No contact with any victim or witness, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. If there's any orders of protection that are put out against you, you got to follow those. And I don't know whether this applies to you or not, but you may not live with the alleged victim, even if you're the owner or renter of the property. You're allowed 1 civil standby with local law enforcement to collect any essential belongings, and you're cautioned that a violation of a no victim contact order can lead to a class 6 felony. You also have a municipal court warrant, also out of the Surprise City Court. I'm assigning counsel. I believe it's the same court date, March 25th. I'm affirming the bond set by the judge, $250 secured. So grand total between the 2, $1,000 secured appearance bond.
And then I have to pay $1,000 and pretty much get out today?
If you use a bond, you can use a bond company though, so it doesn't have to be the full $1,000. It's that you can pay, the whole pay a percentage of it with collateral, and then they'll cover the rest.
Yeah.
But you'll have to get hold of them though. Same conditions of release on your municipal court warrant.
And then they'll have bondsman companies I can contact out there?
Yeah, not in this facility, but back in the other, actually there might be some here, but there's a list of phone numbers. You gotta contact them or if you know someone else that you can call that has $1,000 that they can bail you out to.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Want to please step to your left for your paperwork. Mark Perez to the podium. Tyler Whedon to the chair, please. Hi, name and date of birth, please.
Mark Perez, August 22nd, 1992.
Thank you. You're here today on a municipal court new case. You've been arrested for assault, a class 1 misdemeanor. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date's going to be March 25th. That's at the Peoria City Court.
Okay.
Setting a secured appearance bond of $500. Sir, if you're able to bond out, not to return to the scene of the crime, no contact with any victim or witness, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. If there's any orders of protection that are put out there, you got to follow those orders. And I'm not sure whether this applies to you or not, but you cannot live with the alleged victim, even if you're the owner or renter of the property. You're allowed 1 civil standby with local law enforcement to collect any essential belongings. And you're cautioned that a violation of a no victim contact order can lead to a class 6 felony.
Okay.
If you want to please step to your left for your paperwork, sir. Tyler Whedon to the podium. John Soak to the chair, please. Hi, name and date of birth, please.
Tyler Whedon, May 12th, 1993.
Thank you. Sir, you're here on an out-of-county warrant, so I am assigning you an attorney. Your next court date's March 24th. That's at the Pinetop Lakeside Justice Court.
Okay.
I'm affirming the bond set by the judge out there. It's a $250 secured appearance bond. Sir, if you're able to bond out, you're just not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol.
Okay.
All right. Want to please step to your left for your paperwork? You have a question?
Yeah, am I going up to Navajo County to Pinetop?
So if you stay in custody, you'll be transported or you'll do a video call. But if you're able to bond out, you got to make it up there yourself.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir. John Soap to the podium. John Haynes to the chair, please. Sir, name and date of birth, please.
May 31st, 1991.
Name, please.
John Harrison Soap.
Thank you. You're here today in a Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony, criminal trespass, a Class 3 misdemeanor. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are April 3rd and April 7th in the Downtown Superior Court. Upon your promise to appear, I'm going to be releasing you today, okay? But there's some conditions to your release. Sir, you're going to be placed on supervised release with pretrial services, and you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Do you understand all these conditions?
Yeah.
And do you promise to follow all these conditions?
Yeah.
And do you promise to appear on April 3rd and April 7th in the Downtown Superior Court?
Yeah.
And sir, do you understand that if you don't appear, a warrant will issue for your arrest?
Yeah.
Upon defendant's promise to appear, I'll be releasing him to the supervision of pretrial services. Sir, it's your responsibility to call pretrial services when you get out during normal business hours.
Yeah.
If you don't call them, you could end up back here. Do you understand that?
Okay.
All right. Thank you, sir. Please step to your left for your paperwork. John Haynes to the podium, please. Hi, name and date of birth, please.
John Anthony Haynes, March 3rd, 1974.
Thank you. Sir, you're here today on a municipal court new case. You've been arrested for criminal trespass, Class 1 misdemeanor. I have found probable cause. I'm not assigning you an attorney because for this type of charge, you don't get a free attorney. But if you want to hire one, you can get one yourself. Do you understand that?
Okay.
All right, sir. Your next court date is going to be April 8th. That's at the Peoria City Court, okay?
Okay.
Upon your promise to appear, I'm going to be releasing you today. There's some conditions you got to follow, though, all right?
Okay.
All right, sir. You can't go back to where you were arrested, no contact with any witnesses, and you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Do you understand all these conditions?
Yes.
All right. Do you promise to follow all these conditions?
Yes.
All right. And you promise to appear on April 8th at the Peoria City Court?
Yes.
And do you understand that if you don't appear, a warrant could be issued for your arrest?
Yes.
All right, thank you. So upon defendant's promise to appear, I'm going to be releasing you on your own recognizance. Do you have any questions for me?
No.
All right, thank you. Please step to your left for your paperwork. Number 16, Antonio Martinez. I'll be visiting him back at his cell. He poses a risk of harm to himself. Antonio Martinez, date of birth 4/5/1999. He's here in a Superior Court new case. He was arrested for theft of means of 2 counts of theft of means of transportation, Class 3 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I have found probable cause on 1 count of theft of means of transportation, not the other, and also on the drug paraphernalia. I am assigning him counsel. His next court dates are March 25th and March 27th in the Downtown Superior Court, setting a secured appearance bond of $8,000. If he's able to bond out, he's not to return to the scene of the crime, no contact with any victim or witness, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. After visiting Mr. Martinez back at his cell, if there's going to be any changes to these release conditions, I will come back on the record to make those changes. This concludes the 5 a.m. calendar.